Hello everybody, welcome back to another Train Sim World 4 video. We're back on, I was about to say live stream then, but we're not streaming. Yeah, we're at Gospel Oak, and we're going to be heading over to Barking Riverside in the 710. Bit of a peak time service. I've played with the words a little bit. Yeah, peak time, because look, it's not 9 AM yet. Or do you get, I don't know what the times in London are, but here I think it's, yeah, it's after 9 AM. It goes to off-peak, so it's like a peak time, this one. But yeah, I'm not sure how that actually works within London. Let's do that. But nonetheless, it is peak time. It's rush hour. Do that, get the doors open. Set that to off. That goes to day. There we go. Make sure we have got the pantograph up, which we do, because I was playing this on stream and the pantograph just wasn't up when we got in. So I was like, why are we not going? And it was like, oh, we haven't actually got the pantograph up. So yeah. Yeah, we're basically ready to go once we can. There goes a North London service. I've set this one to March in the day I'm recording this, which is the 19th? 19th. No, don't close, don't close. Stay open. Have some of that. I'll make sure it doesn't close. It's nice having the self closed, but at the same time it's not. Because they all close, and then, well, of course they do all close, but then it locks it. And if you don't want to lock it, not yet. We shall lock it now, when we choose to lock it. Right, cool. So yeah, we're all stops to Barking Riverside. Let's go. Off we go. We are off. Yeah, I've done quite a few runs on the line now, so I suppose I can give a better opinion now of the route than, you know, say on some of the other videos. I was like, yeah, it's alright, it's pretty good. So we'll sort of go through that as we go along, as there's already something which is starting to sort of starting to form. But yeah, we'll come to that. Let's just get out of Gospel Oak first. As we make our way, we'll do a little brake test as well. Cool. As we make our way along. But no, I suppose, well, first off, we'll go through the positives of the route. Which would be, yeah, it's the full thing. It's Gospel Oak to Barking Riverside. What's that, 14 miles? 14 miles. You know, you can sit on the same train basically all day. Which is great. It's great to, there's the other train there, great to have in. Sort of having that sort of full package. The second positive would be the detail. I think we can all sort of look at the scenery and be like, okay, that's pretty decent. So detail wise, that's definitely a positive. Third positive is the Aventra. The Aventra's in the game. The 710, it looks really nice. That would be another positive. Quickly speed up. Fourth positive, what would the fourth positive be? Probably that they've actually, yeah, the fourth positive is probably the freight and the layers. There's, you know, I mean, yeah, the layer, the timetable isn't just, it's not just Gospel to Barking Riverside and vice versa, and that's it just in the 710. There's if you've got other DLC, you can get, you know, basically this route becomes like a heavy freight route. There's freight, there's rail tours. It utilises a lot of the other DLC on the timetable on here, which I think is great. Fifth positive, apparently the scenarios are good. I haven't done any of the scenarios, and I probably won't. Apparently the scenarios are good though. But apparently that's a good thing if you like your scenarios. Apparently they are pretty good. Well, how many positives have we got now? I think we're on 6 now, aren't we? Sixth thing, it would probably be working lifts. I mean, it doesn't really bother me too much whether they work or not, but it is got a cool little extra thing to see. 7, it's London Overground, so that's just a positive in itself. And yeah, all the sort of overground signage and is sort of as it would be, and all the sort of rail replacement stuff, all the local signage is all about. So I believe that's what probably fits into more detail. So yeah, there's a lot of positives to it. But now we get on to the negatives, or the cons. Right, it is Crouch Hill next, which would be, and it's already I'm already starting to get it, but maybe it's because I'm playing it quite a lot, is the fact there's not like an awful lot to it. I mean, even with all the different timetabled services, it's fun doing all of them and all the different ones, but there's no branch line, there's no, I can go A to B, then I'll go down the branch line to C. It's literally just A to B, which is realistic. It is realistic, but yeah, it sort of, it gets a little bit repetitive. But then I suppose that's realistic. Yeah, I don't know if that makes any sense. That would be a negative. Is the fact I've seen it quite a lot on the Discord already. People saying the same thing. Is that it's one of those routes where you're probably not going to be constantly playing it. A bit like Glossop, sort of. It's fairly short and sweet. A short and sweet route. We'll call it that, short and sweet. Which I suppose the price tag does reflect that. Maybe the price could be $19.99, slightly lower. But I don't know. And here we are. This is Crouch Hill. But I think for that first point we made about it being slightly linear, maybe, well, not. I don't like using that for linear, because it's a railway line. A to B, it's the full Goblin line. But it would have been maybe cool to see. I don't know. I'll say part of the North. Maybe add the North. No, but no. That's asking a bit too much within one DLC. Having the North London line as well. But then you could just say that's just A to B as well, because it is Richmond to Stratford, unless you then add the bit down to Clapham. I'm trying to string the words together, which I'm trying to find. Like it's not really a negative, but at the same time it is a negative. I don't know. It's hard to explain. Right, let's go ahead and go Green Lane next. Cool. But let's move on. We'll come back to that point. The second negative would be the GSMR. And this sort of also ties in with PIS on the train as well. I believe this train, from comments, is the same as the Class 700 in real life, where the driver puts in the head code like on the DMI screen, and then sets the GSMR and also the PIS. Why have we not got that? That would have been really nice to see, where you could plug your head code in and get your destination and the GSMR beeps on there. It seems like something fairly simple to do, but it's not in. I don't know, third negative. Can't really think of third negative. I don't think there really would be a third negative. I mean, maybe seeing the CCTV cameras in some way. I can't really think of a third. Oh, that's 700. See, that is one of the positive things about this. Just the sort of amount of AI and bits and pieces you can see. I can't really think of another negative. It really, yeah, would just be GSMR PIS, which can sort of slot into the same bracket for this, and the fact it can get repetitive quite quickly. But it's a short but sweet route. Short and sweet. But the thing is, I don't want that to be a bad thing. Like, I mean, it's really hard to sort of phrase it sort of as like not a bad thing. Like, it's A to B, but that's fine. But I'm just pointing out it might get a bit repetitive. And also, as the 710 serves is literally I'll just Barking Riverside Gospel, like, that's it. But that's not a bad thing. It's just it might get repetitive. If it makes any sense. Does that make any sense? Like, it's it's weird because it's like it's just tough because it's not a bad thing, but at the same time it's not. I don't know. It's tough to try and explain that one. Like, I don't want it to come off in a negative way, because I mean the route is superb and the services on it are realistic. But yeah, it may get repetitive after doing it a few times backwards and forth, as that's literally all you're doing, just going backwards and forth. No branch line, no other bits and bobs going off. But then that's realistic because it's the Goblin. Right, let's get going. But maybe in future they could do what they did on Train Sim Classic. Maybe they could make this a modular route. Maybe add in the North London line at some point as like another DLC which sort of expands onto this. I don't know. Anyway, that is our summary of the route. Now we've played it sort of a couple of days. There we go. I'm trying to think of another negative. That's really the only two things, yeah, I could think of. But yeah, it's tricky because I don't want it, just A to B being sort of a negative thing, because I mean it's great, it's the Gospel 8 Barking line, that's how it is realistically. I mean, by saying that, it sounds like I don't want any A to B routes. Yeah, tricky one. Right, we're coming up to South Tottenham next. It comes down to 20 miles per hour. I can't talk about the sounds on this train as I've not been on this train. Well, I've been on the 345 in real life, but not the 710. Alright, that one's tricks me, that one. I think, oh, there's a speedboard. It must be, changing the limit, but it's still 30. It always was 30. It's just a board there to say again it's 30. And it comes down to 20 in a little bit, fairly soon. But yeah, there's certainly more positives to negatives on this route, though. I mean, a lot more positives. Like, it probably is Dovetail's best looking UK route, I'd say. They've done a really good job with it. This is South Tottenham. Let's get a screenshot. Oh, and we're on the PlayStation for this as well. I should point that out. Yeah, we're on the PlayStation 5. Now we can show it off on the PlayStation 5. So we get a bit of rotation on that. Autofocus. There's like a tree on the shadow, that's annoying. On the train. Here we are, South Tottenham. I also like the explorability of the route. Like you can sort of go right outside the station. There's like a lot you can do sort of outside the stations, and little extras, and you're not sort of just confined to the just edge of the station. Oh, this has been a good drive so far. Yeah, like for this, this station you can go down into the allotment area. Like I know most people, well, there's a little goblin collector. Most people forgets about that, but it sort of adds to the Elizabeth line teaser. Adds to the purple roundel. Yeah, that you can open this up. It just sort of adds to what you can. I don't know. I like that. And there's detail out here as well on the road bridge. These little things here, graffiti everywhere. Local signage, which is yeah, like here. Just all really nice to see. Right, let's go. It's also an easy route to learn Hardless. That could be a positive. And we've got a neutral section as well here, so we'll have to coast it. So up to 45, then down to 20. Or was it 40? What comes to no? Yeah, 45. There's the neutral section. I could let the fan go off, so it does work. I don't think they were functional, but they are. Right, let's go. Full power. Cool. Is Blackhorse Road next? I'm not too far along to the 20 limit, which is sort of after this bridge. So we'll start bringing that down. Still sort of learning exactly where these boards are. There it is there. There we go. As we put that down. Oh, a bit more. There we go. Cool. As we make our way along. Let's sort of staying in the cab for this. So we could get some shots. So let's get a shot from the outside here. It's like every time we've come along here, we've got a shot here, just because it's like a nice setting. So there's your nice shot. The 4 coach 710. Cool. And I may use this video on not all of it, but I'll edit it up a little bit, slice it up, and put it onto TikTok, which I have downloaded and made a profile on through invite. That is through invite. So yeah. Right, Blackhorse Road next, which is coming up quite soon. I quite like this station. Could be like one of my favourite ones. The greenery one side of it and a little bit up the other side. Nice contrast. Yeah, brake step 1 at the moment. You don't want to come in too quick into these stations, you don't really need to. I mean, they can let you just about handle a 4 coach train. So there's no reason to be coming in really quick. Probably, yeah, 20, 25, and you can get a nice comfortable stop. Like that, I mean, that is just lovely. Well, this is Blackhorse Road, and as usual, we've somehow lost time. You're always on that stretch. It's like it doesn't factor in that 20 limit. It's like the timetable planners were like, yeah, and they just didn't factor in the 20. Like in real life, because obviously this is based off the real life table. But you should make it up though. Let's watch the train leaving as well, as we leave Blackhorse Road. Yes, we're on the PlayStation 5 for this video. First video on the PS5. There it goes. There is a Walthamstow Queens Road next. So we'll get that fully up. Cool. What's the next speed change? Is it Wanstead Park? Just after Wanstead Park comes down to 40. Or was there one before that? I think if we're going the other way, you get a 40 limit at Leytonstone High Road or Leighton Midland Road. You get a 40 going through it. But I think that's only if you're going one way, going the other way. And yeah, it seems to be running okay. It's running at 60, coming down to 45 there. So yeah, not too bad. Right, this is Walthamstow Queens Road. All the platforms used to be longer once upon a time, but not anymore. Yeah, this probably is a fairly optimal speed to come into the stations at. Sort of, yeah, 20, 21, 22. Seems to get a fairly nice stop coming in at that speed. Yeah, I'd say yeah. Come into the stations at that speed. Between sort of, yeah, 20 and 22. That's a fairly optimal speed to enter the station. Without, you know, literally chucking the brakes on full and, yeah. Get another one. There you go. Right, Leighton Midland Road next. To be fairly quick from the get-go on this one. Be holding, you best be holding on to the handrail there. Let's go. Up to 45. I think it's too far to Leighton Midland Road. So we now start going up onto the bridge now. So it's probably my sort of favourite part of the route. Is that what's this coming up? Oh, it's a 66 with the 1 livery. Off that goes. Nice. A little bit of a way to Leighton Midland Road. Bit of a gap. Yeah, this bit's cool coming sort of onto the bridge now. You're sort of on this all the way to, well, to Woodgrange Park. Woodgrange Park was just before it, and then you come off the bridge. Sort of flying above the houses, as such. Coming up to Leighton Midland Road. And this one I think has got a really diddy platform. The door's like, it only literally just about fits on. And don't be confused, because you can sort of see there's the platform looks like it goes on, but that bit's like a closed bit. So, but I mean, the only station you can really properly whiz into is Barking. And that's going towards Barking Riverside. if you're going towards Gospel Oak, the stop marker literally only is just then the 4 coaches are on. Oh, don't be too early. Oh, well, yeah, cool. Perfect. Only 27 seconds stop there. 27 seconds dwell time. Right, Leytonstone High Road next. And we will actually get that blind down a little bit as that sun is fairly bright. I've sort of, yeah, gone for a mid-March. Actually, it seems to be late March. I did set it to the day I'm recording it, but yeah. A late March morning, so the sun's sort of, yeah, bright. I mean, as we're heading east now as well, pretty much directly. And here's Leytonstone High Road coming up. Start popping that down. And again, this one's sort of got the overgrown bit as well. Oh no, yeah. When did they run longer trains on here? Oh my God, someone's on the tracks. Oh, they're all jumping off. I mean, in real life, you would slam on the brakes at this point, but you certainly, yeah, you would slam on the brakes, but this is a game, and that's just a bug. An annoying bug. So say no note. There you go. This is Leytonstone High Road. Yeah, so you see there's an issue here where the passengers get out the wrong side of the train. So yeah, that is one of the bugs on this route. But just remember, this is a game. They're NPCs. We phase through them, and they despawn. Right, let's go. And in real life, of course, you would put on the emergency brakes and stop. Right, off we go. It will be Wanstead Park next. I think we got 40 coming up. Well, soonish. It's just round here, I think. Or is it a bit further? Oh no, it's after Wanstead Park you get the 40. I saw the 40 on the other side though. Yeah, back on the bridge. So we've got about 15 minutes until we get to Barking Riverside. You get quite a gap between Barking and Barking Riverside. That's that bit takes a little bit longer. A bit of flange there as we sort of head over. But this is a pretty cool part of the route. As we approach Wanstead Park, or relatively soon approach Wanstead Park. Should be on this corner, I believe. Or near enough. There we go. So bringing that down nice and steadily, carefully. Sort of got the overgrown bit there. Oh, this is the tiny little one. They sort of got the overgrown bit on both sides. mean, this has been a really good drive. I don't want to jinx it, but it has been. Look at that. Proper tight platforms. We're a minute late. Again, I don't know where we lost that minute. I think it was at South Tottenham, but we closed the doors when it told us to. Right, let's go. Let's don't get factors in that 20 limit. Yeah, 40, and then quite soon after this, it's back up to 45. Let's go. Yeah, it's Woodgrange Park next. And sort of from that, we're sort of on sort of the home stretch, the Barking stations. And we come off the bridge as well. And also over the Great Eastern Main Line, which we'll be crossing over fairly soon. And also down to 30. Which is coming up fairly soon. Lovely. Yeah, if you are enjoying the video, feel free to leave a thumbs up. It all does help out. And if you want to see more of this stuff, feel free to subscribe. This is Woodgrange Park. Got like a little run-off track / siding on there. A bit of step 2. That's a step 1. Oh, I'm going to show you something as well in a minute, which is not really related to the video. Don't worry, it's not anything weird or inappropriate. There you go. We don't really have much time, but yeah, I got the new unopened since still unopened. I haven't opened it. Omnidecker bus model. It's Metro Bus 273. 60 quid. This is. I thought it was gonna be a bit bigger, but it's well, it's not. It's not very big. Yeah, there it is. The BritBus Scania Omnidecker. Yeah, unopened since 2009. I'll probably keep it that way. I probably would have opened it if it was a bit bigger, but I'll probably just keep it in the box. Maybe at some point we'll sell it again. I don't know. But for now, there it is. It's just there. If you hadn't spotted it, even that's probably quite hard to spot on there. Yeah. Anyway, off we go. Make the most of the 45. Cool, along we go. And yeah, Barking is up next. Let's get another little flyby shot. There it goes. And yeah, if you are watching on TikTok, as I said, some of this video will be over there. I'll sort of slice it up, and yeah, so it's much shorter. And yeah, full video is here on the YouTube. I think they have new models there for those flats. So we are coming up to Barking. We've got the Hammersmith and City and the District line joining up with us. And also over to the right of us is the East Ham EMU depot, which I think there's like 1 or 2 services you can drive from it into Barking. And the Goblin line used to terminate down there to the left. wonder if they actually ever use that platform now. There is actually a service from that platform. It's an ECS move, but no actual service into it though. There's quite a few little cool services you can do early morning and late night. Most of them are just class 5, all ECSs. But literally every passenger service is Gospel Oak, Barking Riverside. I don't think there's any ones which are different. So we're coming quite quick into Barking as it's a really long platform. So we're coming in at about almost 40 there. And we know we're going right to the end as well. Which you don't really get the pleasure of doing if you're going towards Gospel Oak. Look at that again. This has been good. Right side door release. There we go. It's literally been like a perfect drive, and we're basically back on time now as well. As we wait. GSMR's decided to turn itself off. I think there's new sounds for it, but not any new functionality. But then yeah, you set it up, your head code up on the DMI screen, which doesn't, yeah, over here, but doesn't work properly. Right, let's go. Next station stop will be Barking Riverside. Final stop. Everybody off. We get the highest route speed limit as well, 60. So up we go. Whacking that up. There's the 60, so we've got it for the back of the trains pass. And we're only 4 coaches, let's go. Up to 60, the quickest part of the route. And the frames do drop as well on this bit, but I think that's probably as it's loading in Ripple Lane. That's why it sort of slows down a bit the game. So it's coming down sort of 30 or so now, which is quite a big drop. Even went to yellow there, so that's sort of 25 or so. But I think that's as it's loading in Ripple Lane. But a good thing about this route is the fact once you get to Barking Riverside, it's not like, you know, you get like 2 minutes and you got to go back out. You get about 15 minutes. 15 minutes waiting at Barking Riverside, and then you go back to Gospel Oak. You got about 10 minutes there, so you can very easily, a very conservative amount of time you get at each end. It's not, yeah, just like 2 minutes. Like you could sit on this route all day quite comfortably. You know, in that 15-minute break you get, make yourself lunch or a cup of tea. You got a 50, and then there's a 40 on the next signal gantry. It's like a little tiny speedboard. Then we're onto the bridge up into Barking Riverside. There's the 40, look, just next to the signal there. Quite easy to miss. As you sort of look at the signal, but then you won't sort of notice it's sort of to the left there, that little speedboard. A bit of power just to get us up. It's quite a steep gradient. There we go. It's all under construction as well. But yeah, the peak time of Aventra. So slightly similar to the rush hour of Aventra. But this is more, yeah, because, well, at this time in the morning, it's peak time. As in peak tickets. Then I think after 9 or 9, I don't know what it is, actually is in London, but after 9 or 9, I think it's after 9:30 it goes up to off-peak, which means cheaper tickets. So this is sort of one of the, well, not one of the last, but one of the last few where you've got to pay full money. Platform 1. Always do the horn here as you got the Orange Army out line side there. Don't know whatever they're doing. And you really want to be coming into Barking Riverside at about 15 miles per hour. You don't have to get all the way to the buffer either, or at least you don't need to sort of until you can't see the sort of the main part of it. About here basically, so then you can actually get out. There we go, right side door release, DRA on. That was probably the best one we've had, and the first one on the PS5 as well. So that was pretty good. There we go, that should be all set. Why is that not deregistered? There we go. Well, that is going to be it, everybody. There we are. For today's Barking Gospel 8 whatever video. Hopefully everyone has enjoyed it. Links to be found in the usual places: Discord, PayPal, merch store. Apart from that, thanks all for coming in. Hopefully we'll see you next time. See you all. Take care. Bye, guys.